So let's talk about the script that real estate agents can use to actually generate a lot more closings by converting a lot more of your leads. One of the biggest problems is converting leads. I want to cover that here today so you're saying the right things. Welcome to today's morning meeting. I'm Greg Luther, the one guy that meets with you every single day to help you in growing your real estate business. And today's topic is something that I usually shy away from because I hate scripts. If you followed me for a while, you've been to a lot of our live events. I can't stand people that are trying to use scripts all the time because no matter what you say, the prospect doesn't say their lines. So it gets messed up. And really what I like doing is what I would call sound bites or specific approaches, very short sentences that will elicit a certain response in someone. So I hate to call it a script, but that's exactly what it is, even if it's just 5 words or 7 words. And I want to give you that today so you can get a higher response rate. Now, the reason this came about, again, if you followed us for a while, you're in Inner Circle Coaching, you've got all of this data, all of this information, and you hear me talk a lot about what we call NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. If you want to go down a rabbit hole for 6 hours, just Google it. Go to YouTube and type in NLP or neuro-linguistic programming. But essentially what it says is words mean things, okay? What you say will elicit a certain response in their mind, and it usually has nothing to do with what you're saying. As an example, if I told you that today I'm going to show you how you can get a lot of closings, I've created this amazing scheme to get you a whole bunch of money, you instantly think that's illegal because the word scheme sounds like scam, but the word scheme by very definition just means a detailed plan. That's what a scheme is. Like a detailed plan is what it is. But in our mind, we hear scam. So if somebody says they have a scheme, they're working on a scheme, it automatically makes you think it's illicit, it's illegal, it's something you shouldn't be doing. Words mean things. So what we do, and part of this NLP, if you followed us for a while, you know that we talk about the butt flip, right? Now, this is not a Miley Cyrus thing by any means, but part of NLP is understanding the butt flip. And here's what this means. The word butt is the strongest word in the English dictionary because whatever you say, if you say the word but, it deletes what you just said, and what you're getting ready to say matters. That's what really matters, right? So but deletes whatever you just said. It doesn't matter anymore. What I'm getting ready to say is what I wanted to say. So as an example, well, he is a really nice guy, but he is a pedophile, right? Now, all of a sudden, he's not a nice guy anymore, but deletes whatever you were going to say. So how would we use this in practice as a real estate agent? We're showing a property and the buyer says, Greg, this is an absolutely beautiful property, but it is 10,000 over our budget. Okay, so let me make sure I understand what you're saying, Mr. Buyer. This home is 10,000 over your budget, but it is a beautiful property. Is that what you're saying? I just flipped the but. Now, this doesn't mean they're going to buy the house, but it opens them up for additional conversation. Does that make sense? So, man, Greg, this is by far the nicest house we've ever seen, but it is 5,000 above our budget. Okay, let me make sure I understand what you're saying. This is 5,000 above your budget, but it is the nicest home that you've seen. Is that correct? And they'll be like, yeah, that's exactly what I just said. They just deleted that it's 5,000 over their budget. And they said what really matters, which is this is by far the nicest home we've seen. Now, that doesn't mean they'll buy it. That doesn't mean I'm going to push them into something they shouldn't buy. Obviously, they've got to qualify for it as well. $5,000, for an extra few dollars a month, it may be worth it for them to do that as long as they qualify. But these are the types of things that you can change their mindset to at least be cautiously optimistic, to be open to a conversation with you. So rather than discounting the whole deal, I would like to go, but I got a lot of laundry to do. So let me make sure I understand this. You've got a lot of laundry you need to do, but you would like to go. Is that correct? It just opens up the conversation. You can use it absolutely anywhere. So the reason this comes about, because you've got to remember the beginning and the end. If you've converted leads before, if you've called leads, let's say they were interested in a house. They may have called you. It may have been a sign call and they want details on the home. Yeah, that home is $499,900. Is that within your budget? As soon as you start asking questions, they go cold. We're not in a big hurry. We've already got an agent. Everybody knows an agent, right? That doesn't mean they're going to use them, but they're always going to go cold on you. And the reason for that is they feel a sales pitch coming. So when you get interest in a property, in a service, in something that you're doing, Here's a really good question for you to ask, and you have to make sure that you ask it the right way. Oh yeah, are you guys just looking for fun, or are you actually planning to buy here? Now, the reason that works is if you look at all of your other options, and I want you to write that down. If you look at all of your other options out there, oh, we're not in a big hurry. We're not sure if we're going to buy. We're probably going to be 2 years before we buy. We're in a lease until October. All of those things that you usually hear, that's because you're saying, how soon are you guys looking to move? You're closing them. Do you see the difference between how soon are you guys looking to make a move, or do you have a realtor to represent you, or are you pre-qualified for a mortgage yet, as opposed to, yeah, no problem at all. Are you guys just looking for fun, or were you thinking about buying? It's very non-threatening, and it deleted, use the word and as but, right? Or as but. Are you guys just looking for fun, or are you thinking of buying? Now, if I say that backwards, this home's $499,900. Let me ask, are you guys looking to buy, or are you just looking for fun? Oh, we're just looking for fun, because it lets them off the hook. Do you feel the difference there between the two? I want you to play with this. You're going to have to watch this video again. You're going to have to rewind this to make sure that you get this. The language that we use, if you want them to go away and to never contact you again, you would say, sure, are you guys thinking of buying, or are you just looking for fun? 100% of the time, they'll say, I'm looking for fun. We're not in a big hurry. Where that let them off the hook, because or is operating as but. Make sense? So if we switch that around, sure, no problem. That property's $499,900. Are you guys just looking for fun, or are you actually buying? Are you guys looking for fun, or were you planning to buy? We're planning to buy. We're not real sure when, but we're definitely, now they've committed to, I'm planning to buy. I'm serious. So you'll find when you play with this in real life, when you play with this on the field of play where you're actually implementing it, you're going to find you will get a massively different response as opposed to those typical qualifying questions that we would ask. So what we're doing is we're doing a different version of the but flip, knowing that if we use the word but, and sometimes if we use the word or, because it's an option, one or the other, if we do that, whatever we said first will likely be canceled out. Whatever we say second is what they'll generally do, right? Anytime you give somebody options, they'll generally go with the last option. That's just how it works. So what you'll do is, again, are you guys looking for fun, or are you looking to buy a home? Are you guys just looking for fun? Now, everybody knows that everyone plays on Zillow, right? Middle of the night, just check out this house, look at this one. Here's one in our neighborhood. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to move to Florida? Wouldn't it be nice to move to California? It would not. Wouldn't it be nice to move to Texas? You know, all of these factors. And obviously, the important part with that is it lets them off the hook on the front end, commits them on the back end, and they feel less threatened because there are two options. They'll tell you they're looking to move, and you can move right into whatever your close is at that point. Now, again, don't worry about, I need a script. What do I say after that? That type of thing. This opens them up for a conversation. For all of the agents that work with us, and you know, if you're following our YouTube channel here, you should be following the YouTube channel and turn on notifications. All of these things that we're covering, they all kind of tie in together. It's like puzzle pieces. They all tie together for you to become a better real estate agent. Each time that we do our inner circle coaching calls, I've got topics we're covering that if you can internalize this, if you can mentally get this in your brain that this is how I implement, this is how I speak to prospects, how I type to prospects. We do a lot of texting, emailing, that type of thing now. You have to say the right things or you're going to get ghosted. There's no question about it. If you say the wrong things, you're going to be ghosted. So anytime a prospect calls you, and listen, I want you to watch this video again and tell me this isn't one of the greatest things you've ever learned, because what you have said, if we listen to all of your recordings, is you answer their question and you go right into qualifying questions that pushes them away. Okay. It's the same as you start talking, hey, how are you today? Oh, great. Yeah, the weather's nice. You got a boyfriend? Instantly, that is too hard of a close. Yeah, I have a boyfriend. You're closing too hard. You're not creating that relationship that's needed there. So when a buyer or a seller, for that matter, but when they call a salesperson, a commissioned salesperson, a real estate agent, and the real estate agent starts closing them, they'll naturally run away. So we can be very casual. We can let them off the hook on the front end, or are you actually looking to buy? And it just feels more comfortable. It's a quasi NLP technique that works very, very well to have them open to conversation with you. So I want you to try it a couple of times. You know what might be wise is run a couple of ads on Facebook Marketplace. That's free. We got them all in the Greg Luther Inner Circle coaching page. Just go to Facebook Riches. There's all kinds of examples there. I want you to post a couple of those for free on Marketplace. You'll get a lot of contacts. Utilize that, for lack of a better term, script. It's not really a script. It's very simple. Oh, no problem at all. Are you guys just looking for fun, or are you looking to purchase? Are you guys just looking for fun, or are you looking to buy? You know, whatever feels comfortable with that, but that lets them off the hook. It feels like you're not closing them as hard, and they don't want to seem like they're not serious. Okay. Like if I'm looking at cars, if the guy comes out and he's like, you're not a buyer, you're not going to buy a car. Instantly, I'm defending that, right? So it's kind of the same way here. Are you just looking for fun, or are you actually looking to buy? Get that language down, change the words up a little bit. Do I use the word actually? Do I not? Do I say buy? Do I say purchase? Whatever feels comfortable for you. I want you to understand the butt flip. Okay. I want you to understand that. We've got a lot of agents that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year utilizing Inner Circle coaching, but it is $377 a month. Hold on, let me make sure I understand this. So it's $377 a month, but you do have a lot of agents making six figures yearly. Is that what you said? Yeah, that's what I just said. I'd give it a shot. Maybe it'll help you. Try it out. Test it in your own market. If you're not an Inner Circle coaching member with us, look at the video description down here. Follow the page, turn on notifications. I think it's over here. Am I doing it right? Yeah, it's over here. Follow the page, turn on notifications. But down in the video description, you'll see some very helpful training videos to get you making more money. And you might want to start binging on a lot of the videos we have. If you're on our channel here, you can click on videos at the top, and you can start binging on some of the morning meetings. I'd love to help you in growing your business. There's very specific things you do and say to create your desired result. It's not going to happen by you waiting. It's not going to happen by taking more time. If you're newly licensed, you won't be any better in a year. You won't be any better in 3 years. There's agents that have been doing this 20 years that aren't getting better every year because they're not implementing new things. They're not learning the best approaches. They keep doing the same stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen Charles Barkley's golf swing. It's hideous. And the more he practices that, the more that's the hideous golf swing he will be stuck with. He needs a coach. Practicing. He golfs all the time. It still sucks. You got to get better by changing your approach. Utilize this butt flip approach, or this quasi NLP approach, and just asking the simple question. Yeah, are you guys just looking for fun, or are you looking to buy? You'll find that they're very receptive, much more receptive percentage-wise than they are with all the other questions that you've been asking. I'm Greg Luther. Thanks so much for joining, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye for now.